with trailblazing individuals on the Urban Cube. It's a show that celebrates Muslim arts and lifestyle, and we always have interesting guests who will hopefully inspire, motivate you, and get involved with the projects and experiences that they will be sharing on the show today. Now, the show does go out to Luton surrounding areas, Peterborough Salam Radio and Sheffield's Link FM. You can actually catch the conversation live on our Facebook page. That's Inspire FM Facebook page, and you'll get to see who's in the studio as well. Please leave your comments or any questions that you have on the Facebook page. Alternatively, we have WhatsApp as well. So if you'd like to leave any questions, you can do so on 07779481822. And I have to always try and remember what that number is. And I hope you didn't see me or hear me turn around to look for the number. Now, it is the summer holidays, and if you are looking for something to do, then may I suggest, why not spend an afternoon or an evening watching a film that's been made right here in Luton? And it celebrates the people and communities that make our town so special. Now, the film I might suggest is Ish, which is a beautifully observed coming-of-age story set and filmed in Luton, South Asian and Middle Eastern communities. It follows two 12-year-old best friends, Ish and Maram, as they navigate childhood friendship, loss, and identity in a world that's becoming increasingly complicated around them. When a police stop and search changes everything, the boys are forced to make sense of their experiences and the men they're becoming. Directed by acclaimed artist and filmmaker Imran Paratta, who co-wrote the film with Enda Walsh, Ish offers something we don't often see on our screens: Muslim boys at the center of the story. It's a film that portrays them with warmth, complexity, and authenticity, laughing, playing, dreaming, and growing up. At its heart, Ish is about friendship and belonging, but it's also an important reminder that representation matters and that every community deserves to see its stories told. The film has received critical acclaim on the festival circuit and will be screening at Cineworld, Luton, and in cinemas across the UK and Ireland from the 31st of July. Joining me today are the actual cast of the film, live in the studio, folks. You can actually see them on camera. And I also have in a corner in the studio the producer of the film, Diraj Mahe, and the actors. I have to, point out they are all from Luton, and it's so exciting to be actually having them joining me live on the Urban Cube today, just before the national screening that is coming to the cinemas on Friday. In the studio, we are going to have all four of the cast, inshallah, but we have two in the studio. We have Farhan and Hasnain, who play fabulous roles in the film, and we'll be catching up with them very, very shortly. As I've mentioned, if you'd like to leave any comments or have any questions, please feel free to do so. They are with me all the way up to 11 o'clock. Now, welcome. Thank you so much, boys, for joining me on the show, The Urban Cube, this morning. And I'm going to get you to introduce yourselves individually, who you are and who you play.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Farhan, and I play Ish in Ish.
Ooh, the main character. And next to you is...
Right, first of all, I just want to say thanks so much for having us. My name is Hasnain Shah, and I play Shaden.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And we are waiting for the other two youngsters that play on the show as well, the film. Now, what are their names and what roles do they play?
Or first of all, we have Yahya, who is the other lead character. He plays a character called Maram, who has a massive significance to the story. We're also waiting for Aman and Ishaq, who play Afsal and Zaki. We're sort of me, Aman, and Ishaq are sort of in a big group, and we sort of influence the two lead characters.
Oh, influence the lead character. Now, the lead character, Farhan, who plays Ish. How did your journey come about being part of the film?
Oh, I've said this story a million times and I love saying it. So they actually came to my high school. So they went to all the high schools, all the clubs around Luton because Daraj, correct me if I'm wrong. Imran wanted like like a proper Lutonian boy who knows the area well, so that it's as natural as it can be. And when they came, first you just saw Laura, who was our casting director, say she gave a little video about what it is that she does, and all I got from it was that I'll be skipping lessons. So I was like, yeah, sign me up, yeah. And after a while, I just got deeper and deeper and deeper into it. I was like, wait, I'm a bit good at this. And it got to the last stage where it was me, Yahya, who plays Maram, and two other boys. So I was like to Yahya, oh, because this last stage, it was like an improvisation stage where two boys would go in together out of the four of us. So there would be three pairs. So two boys would go in together and they would like do an improv together to see their chemistry.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you to explain what is improvisation for those people who are not familiar with these drama terms,
question.
acting terms.
Okay, so improvisation is basically it's just going off the top of your head and making something up on the spot. So if you are in a certain situation and there's not been a script given to you, you have to make the words up on the spot in your mind and just act as best as you can. So that was the task that the boys were given. And it was me and Yahya. We were just sitting together. I was like to him, when you're with the other boys, act as terribly as you can. But when you're with me, let's do the best we can. So we threw the other two boys under the bus so that we'd be able to get the role. And it worked.
And it worked.
And it worked.
I have a feeling that you've got a little bit of directing in you. It seems like, you can instruct.
I would love to be a director one day. I would love it. I'm writing a book, actually, which I want to get published, and one day, inshallah, I'll be able to direct it, or maybe even act in it.
Fabulous. I want to ask your experience, Hasnain. Farhan's given us like a whole film script of his directing debut as well. What about yourself? What was the process like for you?
Unfortunately, guys, I do not have a story like Mr. Farhan over here. For me, it was honestly, they'd come to my school and I kind of saw it as a thing where it was like, listen, I can go and do this. Let's just try it out. I'm going to be missing lesson anyways. Why? Look, you know what I mean? Like, nothing can go wrong. I ended up going there. Everyone was super welcoming. I ended up talking to my dance teacher at the time. I need to give a special thanks to her. She kind of put me onto the idea and I was like, you know what? Let's just go for it. And I ended up actually doing well. I had auditioned for it before. There was like an online casting. I remember auditioning for it and I got no reply. And I was like, you guys are going to see me one way or another. Like, I'm going to be there. So I ended up showing up to the casting in Chorney. It was me and about 20 other boys. I remember being in that room looking around and I was like, okay, you know what? I mean, let's take a little step back here. You know what I mean? Like, am I really cut out for it? But I ended up talking to Diraj. I ended up saying what I wanted to say. I did what I had to do. And ultimately, here we are now.
And here you are, and the rest is history. I love the fact that both of you mentioned one of the reasons of kind of participating was the fact you're missing lessons.
100%.
Literally, some of the lessons that we had to do, man, I would much rather go out. There's so many things that I could say that I would do, but for the sake of getting monetized, we're gonna.
Oh, okay. Folks, if you've just joined the show, you are listening to me, Shemiza. This is the Urban Cube, 9 minutes past 10, and I am in some great company this morning. I'm joined by two men who are going to be featured in an upcoming film which is being released Friday called Ish, and we have the actors playing these roles in the film, especially the lead actor, who is Farhan, joining me in the studio. Now, have you guys had any previous acting experience, or were you ever inclined to go down this path? Starting off, I'm going to start with Hasnain. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
the concept of acting or any sort of showbiz was a completely foreign like space. I am South Asian. I'm Kashmiri, for those of you that don't know. And in our culture, in our culture, it is not a route that is explored, despite the strong roots
Interesting.
in things like Bollywood. But
Mhm.
I'm an MMA fighter as well, for those of you that don't know. And I always kind of saw them as like two contrasting things. Like you're gonna beat people up and then you're gonna go on set and make movies. Like it doesn't really add up. But I was blessed to meet people who kind of showed me that, you know what, maybe it isn't what you think it is. And they kind of rewired my way of thinking about it, like Diraj, Imran, even the other castmates. It was honestly such a memorable and such a fun process that I was like, I need to do this again. And that is what I want to do. For sure.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
And
Um,
Farhan.
What do you mean by acting? Because I've acted out of a lot of situations. I've acted in to get out of school. I've done a lot of acting before. I'll tell you that for a fact. But just as Hasnain said, we never would have ever thought about it because number one, in being brought up in a South Asian community, we were always taught that it's either a doctor, a lawyer, scientist, something like that. But then after getting this opportunity and doing it, I've done a lot. I've like thought to myself a lot. And me as a person, I feel like I want to help break these barriers down and allow other kids to achieve the dreams that they want to achieve. Specifically, I want to go into youth work because there are kids out there who need the help, especially like neurodiverse kids, kids who struggle in the educational system. I want to help these kids because these kids are our future. Like even us, he's an MMA fighter, an actor. He's doing so much for himself. Like kids like us who have these creative mindsets, we're going to be the future. We're the ones that are going to change the world. for the better.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. You're so young and you have such wisdom behind you. And where does this come from? Who inspires you? And have you seen role models in your life that you've looked up to?
For me, it's mainly my dad. My dad, he went through a lot when he was a child. Now he worked hard to move to England, to come to Luton, build a house, be stable enough to start a family. So everything, alhamdulillah for everything, because my dad's the reason why I'm here today. And also another one is my brother. He's very money minded. Like he works hard for everything, and just seeing my dad and my brother always working hard, doing the things they do best, it's motivation to me.
So wonderful to hear. And what about you, Hasnain?
Of course, my family and everybody, but like I said before, I'm an MMA fighter. My martial arts coach, Faisal Malik, he has taught me to be relentless in pursuit of everything and to just be a good human being, help people where you can. And I think that those qualities are similar to a lot of what is displayed in Ish. It is about kind of coming into your own a bit. And I feel like even watching the film, like Diraj, Imran, those guys are definitely people that I look up to. A little bit of a rogue one, somebody that I don't know personally, but Riz Ahmed, he is a brown actor. I mean, he's smashing it. He's definitely one of those people where like I look at myself in the mirror sometimes and I say like, do I belong here? Do I deserve to be here? Is there people like me doing what I'm doing? And he's one of the people that I can look to and I can be like, he's like me and he's doing it, you know what I mean? So if he can do it, then so can I.
Do you think this has opened an opportunity for you that if you hadn't done the film, it would have been maybe a little bit, it would have been invisible?
100,000,000%. Because number one, the way we got street casted, and for us to even be selected, that is a 1 in a million chance. These opportunities, they don't come normally. They're very, very rare. So the fact that it came to Luton specifically, and that it's come to us 5 boys, and for it to have done the things it's done already, like we've been to Venice for the film festival, like that's crazy. We went to a different country to watch the movie we made, which is mind-boggling.
Why is it mind-boggling?
Because I would have never ever thought that something I've done, there would be thousands of people who would pay their hard earning money to watch. And it's like, wow. Like, it's just amazing, man.
You absolutely deserve it. You guys deserve so much more as well. And the film has been described as beautiful. It's received awards even before its actual national screening, which is amazing. The screening is happening on Friday. How's that making you feel? And how do your family feel about that? Hasnan?
Well, it is definitely nerve-wracking to kind of see what the public think about it and kind of like put it out into the world. This is gonna sound a bit weird, but it feels like a child almost. Like this project is coming into the light now. People are learning about it, but like me, Farhan, and the rest of the boys, we've had this project, like we've been working on it for 2 years now coming up. And for Diraj and Imran, I'm sure that feeling has been amplified by so much because, like I said, like this is based off their lives and it is something that you don't know how people are going to receive, but the way it's looking positive. I'm just happy to be able to like do my part and put people's stories on the big screen.
Now, you said that the film has taken 2 years to create. You guys have obviously grown, you're 2 years older. Have you seen a change in yourself, your mindset, your lifestyle?
100%.
And how's it going to feel for you guys to actually look at yourselves on screen 2 years from when you acted that character? Because you may have grown a little bit taller.
I think that you've got the best two people in the whole cast that could have this comparison. Him especially.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I want you to, honestly, I'm going to let you guys find out for yourselves. Watch the film and look at our characters and then play this interview and look at us now. We are two completely
Especially
different.
my voice.
Bro, him.
Oh,
My
wow.
voice, it was so high pitched. And I remember doing ADR. And
What does ADR? You need
okay,
to.
so ADR, what is audio something recording? What is it? What's it? Audio dialogue. And because my voice changed in literally 6 months of filming, not even that, like 4 months, my voice just started getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And when we were doing that, it's basically like we have to record over the movie. So it's voice recording over the movie. And doing that, because of how much my voice changed, Imran made me jump around on the spot and he made me scream this, that, just so that my voice would go to a higher pitch.
So it squeaked.
Yeah, literally.
Love
I won't give you a visual demonstration, but I'll tell you it was funny.
Oh, amazing,
That was
amazing.
that honestly, that day of filming was one of the funniest days of my life. It was a sight to see, man.
It sounds like you guys became family with like
100%,
Imran,
100%.
Diraj, and the rest of the production team. How important was that for you? Because you were young, as you were 2 years younger than you are. It's the first time you're having an experience like this. Very kind of takes you out of the comfort zone. So what made, what helped it keep it all together?
I'm gonna take this question. I feel like everybody in in the space was that there was a sense of like genuineness. Like they wanted the best for us. They wanted us to be seen by everyone in the best light. And like we had like acting classes with Nick, for example. He came down, he helped us hone our craft. And when you take people that have never done anything before and all of a sudden you're throwing them in like a high octane environment, you yourself need to be able to sort of regulate things and be like, you know what, this is what I can help you with. This is what like I want you to do. And I'm going to show you the most efficient way to do it. And I feel like the mentorship from Imran and Deraj, again, I can't thank these guys enough. These guys took us from like absolute newbies. We're still newbies, don't get me wrong. But like we're newbies, like we can do a little bit now, and them just kind of articulating themselves and making it so apparent and easy for us to understand what they want. That was definitely something that helped.
Yeah, if I can just add on to that, especially just for me and Yahya, we were there especially me, I was there every single day for 6 weeks straight. And we just got weekends off. So Monday to Friday, every day I was there on set. And of course, it was very, very hard mentally because I was only 15. So having people like Imran there who acted as an older brother to me, it was the best thing anyone could have asked for, especially our chaperones, Nana, Nanette.
Yeah,
there are people. Like, they were there for us, especially because I remember there were times where I just wanted to stop. And they're the ones that helped me carry on because I get it. I was a 15-year-old kid who just got pushed into this world of acting. And it was like, wow, this is a lot. So having these supporting figures around you was something that only one can wish for. So alhamdulillah for what we got.
Guys, it's 10:20, 27th of July. You're listening to the Urban Q with me, Shemiza, taking you all the way up to 11 o'clock. And on today's show, it's a summer special. I'm joined by two absolutely amazing young people who are starring in an upcoming film called Ish, which is being showcased at Cineworld on Friday in Luton. Something for you guys to do. Now, the actors Farhan and Hasnain are in the studio with me all the way up to 11 o'clock. If you've got any questions, throw them over. I would love to answer. We'll get them to answer them. And I'm actually really quite inspired by you guys. You guys, you've got lots. What you feel like old souls to me. Sat here.
I get that quite a lot, actually.
Yeah,
Same.
which is a really beautiful thing to see, because the film actually taps into it's a story of young boys finding their space. There's a journey across Luton, and then you're impacted by a stop and search, and that kind of shifts the narrative, and it gets quite the story then begins to unravel into a different direction. There's a lot of reality presented here, and this is a reality of many young people, many brown and black boys, and especially so in Luton. How did it make you feel, kind of reenacting some of those like scenes? And could you tap into any personal experience?
I'll go first. To be honest, I've got my parents to thank for this, but I was always raised in a good way. Kind of, I was taught the difference between right and wrong, and my parents were fortunate enough to be able to kind of keep me protected. But like, I have friends, for example, who have had bad things happen to them and traumatic things happen to them, and to kind of reenact that, it also kind of gave me an understanding of it. Like in the film, I don't know how much I can go into here, but there is something that does end up happening in the film. And kind of while I'm there is that real raw emotion. And I'm like, I may be acting this, but this is a reality for somebody else. Somebody else is having to live through this. And it kind of, I feel like it shows people that, you know what, maybe this isn't how it should be. And sorry about that. Yeah. So
No.
I feel like a lot, especially among young people, I feel like a certain type of lifestyle is glamorized and people give into that a bit, but you are a human. You always have your choices to make, and make the right choices. You only get one life to live, so live it to the best of your ability.
Thank you for that, Hasnain.
Okay, so there are so many parts, especially in Ish's life in the movie, where they are real to me. Because that's also another reason why Imran wanted me, because I related with Ish a lot, because there were so many things that Ish has happened in his life that also I've gone through, whether it's like his friends, his like just his home life, everything. There have been that times, yeah, where I've had arguments with my sister, my older sister, yeah, which happens in the movie if you watch the trailer. So yeah, there have been times, and I feel like Imran has said this in a lot of interviews himself. Ish was all of us. There's a lot of Ish is in all of us, because Ish is a character that not only is it based on Imran's childhood, it's based on mine, and there's a lot of other boys and there's a lot of other young people out there. No matter, not even young, it doesn't matter what your age is, they will all relate to Ish, because I'm playing a character that represents the whole young Muslim community.
Who do you think the audience should be for this film?
I think it needs to be specifically the older group. I would say first gen aunties, uncles, that they need to watch it. They have to watch it so that they can also understand what their kids are going through on a day-to-day basis. And also it makes it easier for them to be able to treat their kids in a way that they need to be treated, because there are some aunties and uncles that, no disrespect towards them, but they have a kind of a harsh approach to them, because understandably they've had a childhood themselves, but it's completely different growing up in 2 different countries, which is what I would ask for them to watch.
We're going to delve more into that point after the break. We are heading to a break. After the break, we're still going to be joined by Farhan and Hasnain, who are playing phenomenal characters in the film Ish. And we'll be talking more about their experiences and why you need to go and watch this film. So join me straight after. Assalamu alaikum.
This program will continue after the break. Continue listening to Inspire FM. Inspire FM.
Inspire 105.1 FM.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Inspire FM Summer Tips. Let's have a productive summer break. Memorize the morning and evening adhkar, reciting these protective prayers daily to build a mental shield against anxiety and keep your heart at peace. Thanks for tuning in and keep listening for more, only on Inspire FM.
Why do Tops Pizza deliver the top pizzas in Luton? For a start, all the toppings are 100% halal and Tops use fresh dough every day. Then there's the cheese, the highest quality available. And when it comes to food preparation, cleanliness is taken as part of our faith. So that just leaves the taste, choice, and great offers, including buy one, get one free on all medium, large, and extra large pizzas. Tops Pizzas, Wellington Street, LU1 5AA. Order online, topspizza.com or via Just Eat. Download our app or call 01582 72 5000.
Lee Grave Heating Supplies. With over 20 years of experience, we're the largest independent plumbers merchant in the area, specialising in all types of plumbing and heating, as well as combination boilers and mega flow cylinders. Whether you need a new bathroom or a complete new heating system, LHS is place. Come along to our brand new bathroom showroom at Unit 1, 3 Chorlend Lane, Luton, to see the latest range of quality bathrooms. Or log on to leegrave.net. We're an Interpart-approved stockist for all genuine spares. Our new store in Bedford is now also fully opened. Lee Grave Heating Supplies. Call Luton 84 86 88.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Assalamu alaikum. Calling all young brothers aged 16 and under. Have you ever dreamed of giving the azan on Inspire FM? Use these school holidays to learn the beautiful words of the azan and practice every day. When you feel confident and ready, we'd love to hear from you. Simply WhatsApp us on 07779 481 822 and we'll invite you to our studios to professionally record your azan. Your recording could then be played on Inspire FM, inspiring thousands of listeners across our community, inshallah. Start practicing today with to hearing your azan.
La ilaha illallah.
It doesn't take much to bring some difference. You give some change, which makes a change. Because nothing gets mileage like a charity. Just a little change turns into a chain. And before we know it, the results are massive. So give a little to make a big difference. For donations, call now. UKIM 0207 387 2157.
Morning light through the bedroom window, slow motion dust specks swirling in the sun.
This is singer-songwriter Dawood Warnsby. Join us on Inspire FM every weekday from Monday to Friday for the Rise and Shine Show with Brother Tariq here on 105.1 FM.
The way you warm mine and make this room glow, dust where you brushed from the beard.
From the studios of Inspire FM, the time is now 10:30.
Catch a creative vibe on the Urban Cube with Sister Shemiza.
Good morning morning and assalamu alaikum. It is 10:30, 27th of July, and you're listening to me, Shemiza, on Inspire FM 105.1 FM. It's an absolute pleasure to be in your company on this fabulous Monday morning. Thank you for staying with me. It is the second part of the Urban Cube where we get to have creative conversation with trailblazing individuals, and today's show is no exception. It's an absolute treat doing the show today because I am joined by some exceptional talent in the studio today, and they are some very bright gleaming stars of a film that's going to be released on Friday, and I'm talking about no other than the film Ish, which is a story about a coming of age story which was filmed in Luton and actual features Luton actors. And in the studio today, I am joined by the film's producer, Diraj Maher, and two of the talented young actors who are all from Luton. I've got Farhan Hasnat, and also I've got Hasnain Huck as well in the studio with me. If you've got any questions, guys, you'd like to ask them, please feel free to do so. They are on Facebook Live, waving to the camera.
Which camera?
Oh, this one here, waving to the camera, and you can leave any messages and we'll read them out, or any questions that you have. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a really exciting time for the town, and for film buffs as well, and especially anybody interested in the stories of our town in particular. The film is being released, Ish, which has been directed and also written by Imran Paretta. He's not here with us today, but I did see on social media, he's sending you lots of like duas, and he knows you're going to take, you're going to rock this interview. And I love the confidence he has in you guys. And I can totally relate to that because it's been such a pleasure listening to you answer these questions. Farhan and Hasnain, thank you so much for joining me.
Of course. It is a pleasure.
And we're also now joined by the producer of the film, Diraj Maher. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
That was cool. Thank you for having us. I'm a bit shy, so you had to coax me in there, but no, thank you. It's very kind of you to have us on.
It's an absolute pleasure. And Diraj was sat in the corner. You couldn't see him on screen. And I just love like the motivation and the thumbs up that you were giving to Farhan and Hasnain, who are the cast of the film Ish. Diraj, talk to us about the whole process of putting this film together and being the producer of this film, and why you chose Luton.
So Imran, who's the director, and he co-wrote the film with Enda Walsh. His wife is from, I think, Dunstable. I want to get it right.
Stopsley.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I'm going to get in trouble. Sorry, sorry, Rach. So he's been coming back and forth for 15 odd years plus. So he's basically over that time developed a really strong relationship with the city. And so I think when he was asked if he wanted to, he's from a fine art background. He's an artist by background. And so when he was asked if he wanted to develop a project which was more of a conventional narrative feature film, I think he wanted to explore something around stop and search and surveillance. And because he had a personal relationship with Luton, I think for him, those things just kind of came together naturally. Just silence it, sorry. So a lot of it was that he had that family connection with his wife. And Luton, I think, gets a bad press in the media. So I think it was an opportunity to kind of show the people of Luton in the way that he understood them, and the communities with a lot of love, really.
Love, there is loads of it. And one thing that was really apparent, this love was shown in the filming of the actual film, the cinematography, which is so beautifully captured, and it's actually in black and white.
So Imran, again, because he's an artist by background, in coming back and forth for the last however many years, he's always taking photographs. So when we see him, he's always got a camera around his neck. And so he had an archive of 15 plus years of photography of Luton. And Luton likes to be shot in black and white. So we looked at the colour photos, we looked at the black and white ones. But what we wanted is a certain classicism to the feel of the city, and we wanted to give it a certain grandeur and to elevate it so it felt a bit more monumental. So in a way, it suffered from austerity like a lot of places have, and we didn't want it to kind of come across as down at hill. And so we wanted to kind of give it a kind of a timeless, luxurious look. And so black and white does that. It makes it grandeur. And also the characters in the film, they're like 12-year-old boys. And so for them, Luton is big. And so that's what we want to kind of get across. We want this big, grand, kind of beautiful kind of point of view of the city.
And that's a word that's been described on the poster, that it's, you know, a beautiful film. And it's a bit of a contrast to the actual subject matter as well, because that's quite harsh and quite hard. And there seems to be, and it's quite ironic that you're mixing the two together, which I'm sure you'll able to see for yourselves, because the film is being released on Friday. But as a producer, what has your role been in the film, Diraj?
So I came on board early doors. So I was introduced during through friends, and we had shared experiences around lots of different things, stop and search being one of them. So I've worked a lot with artists in the background, and so we started developing this idea of something around stop and search and surveillance, wrap that up in more of a personal story. So that was then evolved into what became Ish. So I was involved early doors, just at conversation stage when it was a seed of an idea, and then from there basically right through to where we are now with the film going on release. So yeah, it's kind of just to shepherd it and develop it and guide it through.
And you mentioned the word shepherd, but you're also chaperoning, and you're chaperoning these two young men and this journey you've had with them over the last 2 years. What's that experience been like for you, Diraj? And how have you seen them grow and develop?
Good question. How have we been, Diraj? Yeah, go on, I want to hear this.
The boys are beautiful, man. That's like, genuinely. So I think we always say, so look, we love these boys because we were these boys, you know. So like in developing the screenplay and the story and like with Ender as well, we drew upon our 12-year-old selves. So for us, it's like, you know, the act of making the film is almost like an act of self-love. It's about us kind of coming to terms with who we were back then, who we've become now. So for us, we've learned as much through working with the boys than actually making the film in a way.
Could I ask, was there any consultation done with the community? Because it is the community of Luton is being filmed in this film as well, and it's a space. And then, you know, there has been a lot of like, you know, Luton is always under the microscope. And so did you get any hostility in coming in?
And we, you know, that was a consideration for us. Because we're not from Luton, and people are naturally, they might be wary because mainstream representations of Luton are often around, you know, extremism and stuff on either side as well. So I think we were very conscious to make sure that we engaged very early doors at a grassroots level. We did a lot of time just building relationships. So we had a kind of community liaison / cultural advisor called Fatima Begum. So she was quite key in making sure that we engaged with communities in the right way, and also advised on the film as well, kind of. So she worked with us and the boys to make sure that, you know, how we depicted kind of certain images and rituals kind of was in keeping. Well, for us, it was always about making Luton a character and doing Luton justice in a way. So we put in the legwork to make sure that and when we were filming, we just got a lot of love. We got a lot of love when we were filming. So again, we weren't sure how it was going to run because you got a big old film crew, you land, there's, you know, on a light day, there'd be 80, 90 people. On a heavy day, there'd be 170, 180. So that's quite disruptive.
Indeed. And
Quite
which parts of
disruptive.
Luton were you filming in with all this huge crew and cast? So it's
Literally everywhere.
so it really sounds like there was a lot of investment in this film. BFI
and BBC Film. So I think I think for us it's a feature film going on a nationwide release.
and the fact that a story about Muslim boys in Luton has been taken seriously, and to have backers like the BFI, BBC, what are you wanting to achieve from this film? What do you hope will come from this film?
I mean, I think first and foremost, we just want people to engage with the film on a level of entertainment. We want them to enjoy it. We just want them to kind of, see a world, see characters they might not normally see. But from that, we want them just to see themselves in it, really. I think it's an extremely culturally specific film. It's set within a very specific world. But what we would hope is that specificity allows a certain universality. So no matter what your background, you can connect through that specificity, and we are, as the boy said, we are all of us ish in a way. So that's what we would hope, is that it does open up conversation. It does kind of allow people to see things and experience kind of worlds they might not normally. But what we ultimately want is for them just to see themselves in this film.
Indeed. And the film we're talking about is Ish, which is being released nationwide on Friday. And we have two of the actors in the studio with us. It's Farhan and Hasnain. These guys are delightful. And I'm sure, I feel like a proud auntie listening in to them. And I'm sure that you feel like a... Hello, we've got another cast member. And is it Yahya? Okay, Yahya has joined us as well. Pleasure having you. I feel like a proud auntie listening into them, and you've had this relationship with them for the last 2 years or so. What was that about these boys that you decided they need to be cast for these characters?
I mean, look, you've met them and that you can tell straight away. I mean, look, to be fair to the boys, we did an open casting process. We went around schools, community groups, lots of different places, and so we saw, I think, shy of 1,000 boys.
Wow, that's a lot.
We saw a lot of young men, and all of them, that was for us a real privilege to have that opportunity to spend 8 or 9 months engaging.
And the fact that they wanted to come forward and put themselves forward, so that clearly shows that there's an appetite for young people, especially Muslim boys, wanting to enter acting. And I recall the call out, and I even shared it amongst family and friends. I even tried to encourage one of my kids to get on screen. But like, no, not having it. We are joined by Yahya. Thank you so much. You are also you are friends with Ish. So you're a main character. Do you want to just come closer to the mic? Introduce yourself to everybody, who you are, what role you play, and your experience so far in the film.
I'm Yahya Katana, and I play Maram in Ish. And guess I'm here today, innit?
Oh, I love this. Thank you so much. That was a great
He's
introduction.
putting it down a lot. If I could just say, he's an amazing actor. He does play Mariam in Ish, and he has been working hard, if not harder than all of us.
Bless you.
Yeah.
I can see you've got presence. There's a bit of a character, you have this character and aura about you, which is wonderful. And it shows that, and each of you are so very different, especially your hairstyles. Like the hairstyle, you're rocking
You saw
it.
my hair in Ish. God.
Do you have you looked back at yourselves? I mean, clearly you've seen the actual film right before it's being released. Have there been moments where you thought, "Oh my God, is that me?"
Yeah,
do you
sure,
feel cringe or do you feel proud?
Yes, both. I'm proud of what I made, but just looking back and the stuff that a lot of the movie was improv, as I said before. So some words are my words. So going back, did I really say that?
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay. So you were allowed to come off script.
Yeah, a lot of the times,
to make it real. Yeah.
An interesting aspect of the filming is what we were saying on the day that's the script we were given. We were given daily scripts of what was happening on the day, so
Mm-hmm.
we didn't get to see the script beforehand. We got it on the day. So it was like, I think that it was a good way, because then Imran wanted it to be more real, so that we get the gist of what we're filming, but the words are more natural for me and Yahya to just do.
Because like youth talk, it's constantly changing, constantly shifting. And like the older generation, which I have to say Imran is, and yourself, Diraj, you are older, and it's kind of like trying to keep up with the language. And the youth vibe is constantly shifting. So it's great that you were able to have like some autonomy on what you wanted to say as well. Was there a point in the film that you thought, oh my goodness, this is really kind of too much for me? I don't know if I can continue with this. You must have had some sort of moment. I mean,
for me, it was spoiler, but graveyard scene. Which was that was the hardest day for me, because literally I would around 20 feet away from where we were was my grandma's grave, and it was hard because we had Joy Crooks who was on set, and we had my chaperone Annette. It was us two, and as soon as we got there, they both were there. They just saw me break down in tears because it hits close to home, innit? Like, because the feelings that they were real feelings, like, because it was loss, and I've lost someone very close to me, and yeah,
and that's why it's
that was
important to then have chaperones to be able to,
and they were there to help me,
because
big ups
you're
to
young.
Bridge. Yeah, we are Bridge. Big ups to them, man.
And in the acting world, you have to have like special care for young people, and to support their well-being. And this is quite a heavy film, so your mental well-being was really kind of like.
And just important. On that, so the team of chaperones we had, so you had like youth workers, chaperones, and acting coaches, and a various wraparound for the boys. So if things did come up through the filming, there was like support there to deal with that. But then since there's been like a 2-year aftercare program which is still taking place, so that's been delivered by our partners, We Are Bridge. So I think a lot of it as well is that kind of pastoral support and that personal development going forward. I think, yeah, as filmmakers working with people who have not done it before, we have a duty of care. We can't just, pick them up and then drop them off.
I'm so glad that you've mentioned that. And I think that is really important. So to having that process, it's just wonderful to hear. Yahya.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, your favourite moment in the film?
My favourite moment. Let me think.
Right, you need to come to the mic.
You come to the mic. Is that fine?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Favorite moment would probably be.
So we have also, whilst you're thinking about that, Yahya, we've got some.
I got one on my mind, but.
Okay.
Yes,
please. Thank you.
Okay, so basically, it's the fireworks scene.
Yeah.
Yes. It's the last scene. It was the last scene that we ever actually acted on that movie base. It was, yeah. And I don't know, it was just something special about it. Everyone was there. Everyone was emotional. Everyone got the chills from that scene. And everyone must have started crying and that. But it was fun. We were running around with fireworks, basically.
Yeah.
And that's really interesting that you've mentioned that, Yahya, because like the chills, you said the word chills, like, so it was there a feeling like, gosh, it's the end of the film now, we're coming to the final scene?
No, it's not. It's never gonna be the end, because we'll always ride with the same guys where we started from. You know what I mean? But it's just that it comes from a special place where you appreciate what they've done for you. They just gave you a huge boost in your career. You wouldn't have done this without them. You know what I mean? So you're obviously appreciating everything, and it just hit you all at once. It hit you. It's the last scene. That's it.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what Yahya is saying. I feel like I said before, we've kept this project to ourselves for more than 2 years,
Oh my
and
goodness.
embarking on this journey with these guys, these two, I'm pretty sure, knew each other, but the rest of us did not know each other. So we've all become good friends. We've all been working day and night with each other, and I feel like in the moment it was incredible. It was so fun to do, but coming towards the end, it kind of was like, I know for a fact I was in a state where I was like, it had finished, and I was kind of looking around, and I'm like, well, what now? Like, I've just spent the whole summer doing this, and now I'm going back out into, like, do you know what I mean? It was a weird feeling, but I would say that there was a lot of happiness, but then uncertainty as well. And I think that's where Bridge came in. Bridge helped me, and I'm sure it helped all the other boys so much, and it's kind of guided us onto our next steps after the film.
Wonderful. We are also now joined by Arman Mohammed. Thank you so much for joining us. Arman, tell us who you played in the film Ish.
Hi guys, thank you for having me on. I'm a little bit late, I'm sorry about that. But I'm Arman Mohammed, and I play Zaki in the film Ish. And yeah, it's been a crazy journey. I got to meet all these boys. I got to meet a lot of new amazing people, but we're still going, and we're just going to see where the road takes us and where God takes us.
Could I ask you, Arman, was acting always on the cards for you? Is this something that you had an interest in, or did this film allow you to kind of get an experience and taste for it?
Yeah, so I've never actually thought about acting or had any background in acting. I didn't theatre or anything like that. So Ish was really the first experience for me in any sort of acting or film or anything. So the way we were actually all cast was street cast, and for me specifically, I was cast for my football team, which is Luton United. Shout out Coach Ilyas. So I was cast for my football team, and it just went from there. So literally, if I hadn't gone to that one training session on that one night, this all would not have happened. So it's crazy.
How
to think about.
amazing! And I love the fact that the team behind the film went across the whole of Luton to get this special cast, which you guys have bonded so well, and you've really achieved some phenomenal results from this. Yeah. What about yourself? Acting, was that always an interest?
To be honest with you, no. And it started by accident. I didn't even mean to. And I'll tell you the story behind it. Basically, I must have been in year 7, and I must have been misbehaving in form. And my form tutor told me in a way to, because I was one of them kids where I would misbehave sometimes. I was just a misbehaved kid, innit? And
this is giving you motivation.
No, not even motivation. He just told me, try it. If you don't like it, just don't do it. But it's worth a shot.
And you tried it. And here we are.
He must have been forcing me to try it. He must have been begging me a bit. Then
bless
I
you.
went to it, innit? And
that's amazing.
After the first tryout, I promise you, we had 12 interviews. But
really,
especially
for us two,
Wow.
we had so many.
And I see a real contrast in your personalities, but I've heard that you guys worked so well together.
It's because we've known each other for a very long time.
And that makes such a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you kept guys that a secret that you knew each other.
Yeah, because then if people thought we knew each other, then maybe it would put them off a bit. So we kept that secret just so that we could show that spark until after we got the roles. We're like, yeah, we've known each other for a while. Because his cousin or family friend and me, we've known each other since we were 13. That's how, not since 13, I've known him for 13 years. So now that's how I met Yahya. Fun fact, my mom was his TA when he was in year 3.
It's all come full circle.
Yeah.
Now, Farhan, I'm going to ask you about your interest in acting. I believe you're part of NGYT.
Yes.
I've just had a message from a listener who said that they saw you performing.
Sick.
Yes,
Big
Halima
up.
Hussein said that she saw you recently in a production. We've got about a minute left. The whole purpose of the show was also to share your amazing talents, get our listeners to find out about yourselves, who you are, and also finding out a little bit more about Ish, which is going to be screened at Cineworld on Friday. It's about Muslim representation and youth representation on screen. So would you say that this is a wonderful example of that.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And we've got 50 seconds left. Why should people come and see the film? 2 words each or a sentence
This
quickly.
is a pure Lutonian story that a lot of people can relate to.
Authentic, and against a real story.
Guys, go and watch Ish. It's telling stories that hadn't been told before.
Alhamdulillah, brother.
Love it, love it. I love how you rolled that on. Guys, it's been an absolute treat having you all here. Thank you so very much for your time, coming into the studio. Thank you, Daraj, as well. And well done on this phenomenal success and achievement that you've been able to do so maturely, and hoping it's going to see a real change in the way we perceive young people and open up opportunities as well for young people in the world of acting. It is the end of the show. It's been a treat, guys, having you here. Assalamu alaikum, and do join us at the same time next week. Assalamu alaikum.
इसके बाद अमाम हाफिज एजाज अहमद साहिब का प्रोग्राम आवाज़े हक पेश किया जा रहा है। मजीद